the beginning of the new week, and I'm in the city today, just going to work, and then hopefully in the late afternoon, evening, I can go to the studio and paint some more. Let's see how I can manage my time today. I have a lot of projects going on at work, but I also really need that time in the studio. It really balances me out, and I feel much happier when I'm there. So hopefully I can make it there. Okay, so on my last session in the studio, I kind of finished this area. I'm still gonna work on it, but I think I'm gonna keep moving down here and try to finish these leaves, kind of middle right corner. All right, let's see what I can get done today. Before every painting session, I would focus on the edges of the canvas by putting a layer of bright fluorescent orange color all around. I did this for the first 4 to 5 sessions, basically until I was happy with the saturation and coverage. I noticed this about myself, that I don't want to leave the edges behind. I like for them to be a part of the painting. I chose this bright fluorescent orange on a whim, using my visual intuition and need for experimentation. I thought it complements the colors of the whole piece nicely. And if for some reason it didn't turn out the way I envisioned it, I can always go back and cover it with white gesso. It's the next day, and I think I'm still going to focus on the right side of my painting. I still have lots to do here, so let's get to work. While I'm showing you my process and the first few weeks in the studio, working on this tropical composition, I wanted to talk about the importance of third space, and in this case, the third space being an art studio. Now, for the longest time, I have worked out of our living room. I carved out some square footage and divided the room with my desk and art supplies, but as the time went on, I kind of took over the living room and outgrew the space. The nagging feeling and desire to paint on bigger surfaces also amplified the need for change. I also knew that we were not going to move anytime soon to a bigger space, so I decided to look for art studios in my area. While I was looking for art spaces, open art studios was happening in my city. This was perfect timing. I took this opportunity and visited multiple studios and talked to a few artists. I got super inspired by seeing their spaces, art, and hearing their stories. That kind of solidified my decision, and I went ahead and signed a contract for a co-working art space nearby. Knowing that I have this room and space and a place to go where other artists work and thrive, it had an immediate positive effect on me. Here are the 3 positives that I've noticed. Being in the studio, I was no longer bothered by home distractions, the main culprit being the refrigerator. When working on my art from home, it was harder for me to stay focused. I would constantly get distracted, take breaks, eat snacks, check my social media, and talk to friends. Time went on, and I felt like I barely made anything. Having a studio does something to your focus and your brain. Being surrounded by tools, materials, and an inspiring atmosphere can really enhance concentration and productivity. Art studio space is specifically designed for work and for creativity. The moment I stepped into my studio, it's easier for me to transition into work mode. Second positive impact that I noticed was just the fact of going somewhere, having to be somewhere at a specific day and time. It created structure for me and a routine for me. I know exactly how many days a week and how many hours I want to spend in the studio, and while I'm there, I have nothing else to do but do the work. Yes, I still take snacks with me, but for the most part, I forget that they're even there in my bag because I get so hyper-focused on what I'm doing. And thirdly, knowing that I'm surrounded by other artists and their creations gave me a sense of belonging, a community of like-minded individuals. Just seeing someone else working on their art makes me motivated. Since I got my own art space, I became more productive, focused, and motivated. The studio became my dedicated space for creativity, and I genuinely feel sad if I miss more than a few days there. It's where I feel deeply connected to my art. Being surrounded by other artists adds on an extra layer of inspiration, fostering a sense of community and togetherness. Watching others pursue their craft and create their own pieces motivates me to keep going and continue working on my own. I think even if we did get a bigger apartment or house and I would be able to convert one of the rooms to an art studio, I would still have the same problem, distraction. Here, I have time to solely focus on me and my art. Now, I know everyone's different. Some need that isolation from others and they enjoy working from home. I know for me, it made a huge difference and a shift in the way that I work and show up for myself and my art. So now that we are nearing the end of this video, I want to know your thoughts on the importance of having an art studio, that third space where you can go and be creative and be with your art. How do you feel? Do you need an art space? Do you need that third space? Are you just comfortable being at home and creating your art? As well as, do you ever pay attention to the canvas edges? Do you like painting them a different color, contrasting color, complementing color, or extending the motifs onto the edges of the canvas? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. I'm really excited to be building a community with my viewers and fans of botanical art. See you soon.